My father, a hunter, a meat eater, and he lives by the paleo diet. This diet is much like a vegetarian's diet, yet it consists of meat. However, the online source for this diet, thepaleodiet.com, it clearly mentions that the meats be grass-produced meats. I find this most interesting. If an animal is able to sustain a healthy living on a plant, why should we eat meat? So, as I have grown up in a meat-eating family, about 3 years ago, my mother turned vegetarian. I couldn't reason why. Meat is essential in our daily diets, right? Well, as I began to listen to my mother's reasons, I soon began to have an interest in vegetarianism, and I have now been a vegetarian for about 3 months. With the research I have done, I have found that there is little difference between our health, being a carnivore or a vegetarian. And the advantages of vegetarianism are worth considering. First, it could be cost effective, and second, it could ward off potential health risks that meat could present within your diet. According to the China study written by Colin Campbell, there are 4 nutrients which animal-based foods have that plant-based foods do not: cholesterol, vitamin A and D, and B12. However, did you know that cholesterol is made in our bodies naturally? Beta-carotene is a substance from plants that the body converts into vitamin A, and vitamin D is simply absorbed into our skin from the sunshine. Yet, consuming a B12 supplement would be necessary. So, bear in mind, why do so many meat eaters question where plant eaters get their source of vitamins? Walk into any grocery store, and you are first faced with the decision of what to buy in the fresh section. You are presented with all sorts of fruits and vegetables. Now think, what's for dinner? For me, spaghetti. I'll pick up a fresh squash and make that as my spaghetti noodles, and I'll get a jar of spaghetti sauce, and I'll head to the register. If I were to also go to the meat section and pick up a pound of meat, that would probably add an additional $4 to my total bill. In an article titled, "Why Go Vegetarian" on vegetariantimes.com, the article states that you'll save money. In that same article, the author mentions that meat accounts for 10% of American food spending. Eating meats, grains, even vegetables, in place of 200 pounds of beef, chicken, even fish, would cut an individual's food bill by an average of $4,000 per year. Quite interesting, huh? But it doesn't end here. The fact of avoiding meat altogether is most appealing. It could ward off potential health risks. Alicia Silverstone's The Kind Diet focuses on the fact that meat does more harm to our body than we really know. For example, in her book, she lists and gives examples as to why we should stay away from meat. Heart disease, the #1 killer in women in the United States. Why? Because of the amount of saturated fat that over time clogs our arteries. Second, it's hard for our bodies to digest. Meat contains 0 fiber, which fiber helps keep us regular. And third, there are too many antibiotics in meat, leaving many of us immune to antibiotics that fight off disease. There was something said in the China study that best sums up my thoughts on meat-based and plant-based diets, and that was this. Every day I am reminded that Americans are drowning in a flood of horrible nutritional information. I remember the adage told several decades ago: Americans love hogwash. Yet, it is not true that Americans love hogwash. It's that hogwash inundates Americans, whether they like it or not. So, I am not here to tell you that you should or should not eat meat because I choose not to, but to merely think first about what you are putting into your body.